Do you know, long before numerology became a field of interest to millions, a man more than 2,500 years ago started it all? He was a philosopher, a brilliant mathematician, and the father of Western numerology, Pythagoras. His youth and quest for knowledge. Pythagoras was born around 570 BCE on the island of Samos, Greece. From a young age, he was known as an intelligent, studious child, always curious about the universe. But Pythagoras didn't just stick to books. He traveled everywhere, to Egypt to study geometry and mystical rituals, to Babylon to absorb astronomy and mathematics, and then he returned home with an immense wealth of knowledge. This wasn't just a journey of learning, but a deep search for the profound meaning of numbers and the cosmic order. The great teacher and the secret Pythagorean society. As an adult, Pythagoras founded a secret society of scholars called the Pythagoreans in the city of Croton, Italy. This society didn't just study mathematics. They also practiced spiritual and philosophical disciplines with a special focus on the power of numbers. They believed that everything in the universe can be explained by numbers. From the rhythm of music and the orbits of planets to human personalities and destinies, everything was linked to mysterious numbers. Pythagoras and the birth of numerology. It was here that Pythagoras laid the foundation for numerology. He proposed that the number 1 is the origin, representing unity. The number 2 symbolizes duality, light and dark, male and female. The number 3 brings creativity and expression. The number 4 is the foundation of order and stability. And so each number was no longer just a mathematical symbol. It became a key to deciphering the human soul and life's journey. To prove the power of numbers, Pythagoras and his students conducted a series of mystical experiments. They observed the birth dates and names of each member, then recorded their personalities, habits, and even life events. Gradually, common numerical patterns emerged. People with the number 3 were often creative and talkative, while those with the number 7 tended to be contemplative and sought knowledge. Pythagoras also applied number theory to music. He plucked strings of different lengths and proved that harmonious sounds appeared in precise mathematical ratios. From this, he declared, numbers not only create music, but also the harmony of the universe and of the human soul itself. The people of Croton recounted that on some moonlit evenings, Pythagoras would stand in the town square, explaining the connection between numbers and destiny. He would share real-life examples. This person was born on that day, carries that number, and his life has followed that path. The strange thing was, many people found what he said to be accurate. These demonstrations led Pythagoras to be seen not just as a mathematician, but as a prophet through numbers. Mystical research and experiments, however, not everyone believed in Pythagoras' teachings. A group of scholars and merchants in Croton argued, numbers are for calculating, building, and trading. But he turns them into superstitious charms. How can we believe that? One evening they went to the square and challenged Pythagoras. You say numbers can reveal destiny? Prove it in front of all these people. Without hesitation, Pythagoras smiled. He stepped into the center of the crowd and asked a young man to step forward. The man gave only his name and birth date. Pythagoras quietly wrote linked numbers in the sand, then explained, your path is the number 5, freedom and adventure. You never stay in one place, and I see, in a few months a distant journey will change your life. The young man was stunned, as he had just been preparing to embark on a distant journey with a group of merchants. The crowd gasped, and the group of opponents was confused. But Pythagoras wasn't finished. He walked over to a stringed instrument, plucked a few notes, and explained, you see? When the length of the strings follows a mathematical ratio, the sound becomes harmonious. In the same way, when a person's life aligns with their soul number, life becomes balanced. This is not superstition, this is the truth of the universe. Silence fell over the crowd, then they burst into applause. From that day on, Pythagoras' numerology was no longer just a theory within a secret society. It became a body of knowledge that many people in Croton respected and trusted. When numerology saved a kingdom, Pythagoras' fame spread all the way to the royal court. The king of Magna Graecia, now southern Italy, was on the verge of war with a neighboring kingdom. His generals were arguing fiercely, unable to agree on a time to go to battle, and the instability caused panic among the people. The king, having heard of Pythagoras' reputation, summoned him. In the great hall the king asked, "You say numbers can illuminate destiny. So tell me, what must I do to keep this nation from bloodshed?" Pythagoras was silent for a long time. Then he requested the king's birth date and the founding date of the dynasty. He wrote the numbers on a wax tablet, linking them into mysterious chains. Then he said, "Your Majesty carries the main number 2, the number of harmony and diplomacy. This nation was founded with the number 6, the number of responsibility and family. If you choose war, you will be fighting against your own soul number. But if you choose negotiation, the numbers will lead you to a peaceful and prosperous outcome." The king frowned, looking around at his court, where his generals still wanted to fight. Pythagoras took another step forward. "Wait for the 7th full moon, that is the day the number 9 will appear, a symbol of completion and transformation. If you sign a treaty on that day, the war will end in peace." The king listened. Indeed, on the exact day of the full moon, the two sides met, and instead of swords, they signed a treaty. The conflict vanished, the people praised the king as a wise ruler who saved his people's blood, and Pythagoras became a respected spiritual advisor. From then on, not only Croton but many surrounding regions began to see numerology as knowledge that was both scientific and sacred, capable of guiding the destiny of an entire nation. Although Pythagoras passed away more than 2,500 years ago, his ideas live on. He left behind not only the mathematical theorem that everyone knows, the Pythagorean theorem, but also a mysterious discipline for the world, numerology. Today, millions of people around the world still study and apply numerology to discover themselves and guide their lives, continuing the light that Pythagoras ignited in ancient times. So, do you believe that the numbers in your birth date and name hold secrets about you? Let's continue to explore the magical journey of numerology in the next videos.